What's up, guys? So there was an article yesterday. I don't know where it is. I'll probably look it up. But saying that Houston is very reluctant to offer Chris Paul that 5-year supermax deal for what, 204, $210 million, right? To a guy who's already, what, 33, 34 years old? How old is Chris Paul, you know? So people looking at the Melo just picking up his player option probably makes them think. Then just thinking about the luxury tax bill. For Houston, it really doesn't make sense. And Houston has a new owner. So the thinking is that Daryl Morey can just blame the owner, even though Daryl Morey probably knows ultimately that you don't give someone $200 million for 1 or 2 good years and hope they're even healthy at all for those 2 years. It just doesn't make sense, right? And so I made a video about that a month ago. Maybe they watched it, probably not. But yeah, $200 million plus the luxury tax on top of all that craziness just to handicap your franchise after 2 years. So you have yourself a slight 1 or 2 year window. And then you're going to have to let Clint Capella walk as well. It doesn't really make sense. And so there's more and more talk that there's tension between Chris Paul and the Rockets because they don't want to offer him that full amount of money. Maybe they want to offer him something similar for 4 years or something, but and we've seen the tension between Chris Paul and James Harden. And, there's just that tension. And the fact is that just from a luxury tax standpoint alone, the 5-year deal for Chris Paul doesn't make sense. Never mind paying a guy who's going to be like 38, 39 years old, $45 million. A guy with a major injury history, too, who's going to be slowing down mightily by then. This guy has all the skill set of. This guy is one of the most skilled players to ever play the game. He reminds me of Michael Jordan plus passing, But he is slowing down. He's already short. He's always been able to overcome that and to still be a great defender and everything. But it's just a struggle. So now we have talk that and with the tensions with James Harden, with the tensions with the franchise, right? There's now talk that, here we go. From what I'm told, there is tension now between Houston and Chris Paul because there was definitely some sort of handshake, wink, wink. We're going to max you out last summer. But here's the thing. Now they're not so sure. Houston, with good reason, doesn't want to do that. But they've gotten out because they have new ownership. So Daryl Morey can go to Chris Paul and be like, I want to do it, but we've got a new owner who doesn't want to give you 5 years, 4 years. And so Chris Paul, very close friends with LeBron James. LeBron James probably going to the Lakers. Paul George probably wanting to remain in Oklahoma City Thunder. There's talk signing a 1-and-1 deal, the kind of contract that LeBron James has been signing in Cleveland, where he signs for 2 years, but the second year is a player option. So next summer, Paul George can go to the Lakers or do whatever he wants. They probably won't have the cap space. But anyway, if Chris Paul and LeBron James go to the Lakers, it gives Chris Paul a great chance at a championship. He won't even be taking as much of a pay cut as he would have been if Houston had indeed offered him the Supermax contract. Now, maybe Houston will relent and offer him that contract at the last minute just to keep him away from LeBron and the Lakers, right? But in any event, it doesn't make good financial sense. In any event, it's going to cost him Clint Capella because someone else is going to offer that money. They won't be able to match that money. And so I really think we're going to see Chris Paul go to the Lakers with LeBron James. He already played in LA for years. He'd be going back basically home where it's comfortable. Hollywood, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, and it's the Lakers competing for championships, guys. And so that's how I think it's going to play out. And that's the tricky thing when a player is eligible for a supermax or even a full max, whatever, that's more than any other team can offer. When they don't offer every penny, the player gets insulted, and they will then take a pay. It's kind of weird. They'll then take a pay cut, even if the Rockets are still offering more than any other team. You just get that insult, and then they'll end up just signing with another team anyway. So unless a player is totally worth these crazy supermax contracts, which very few players are, it can ultimately drive a wedge between player and team. And it's the kind of thing we might see next year with Kyrie Irving, where I think he's gone anyway. I don't think he wants to be in Boston. But if Boston offered him any less than the crazy 5-year, $200 million contract or whatever, it would give Kyrie Irving all the more reason to want to leave. So what do you guys think? I think in this case, if Chris Paul does indeed back out, because he's already got tension with the team, and we already know he's got tension with James Harden, at least on the court, right? I think that Houston would then be able to match any offer for Clint Capella. And I think some team like the Suns or something will offer Clint basically the full max contract, which starts at like $27 million for players coming off their rookie contract. But, Clint Capella is a great fit with James Harden. It'd be sad to lose him. He's basically their defensive backbone. And he's a lot younger than Chris Paul, obviously. And, just entering his prime. And so, yeah, that could be a very good fit. And we've seen Eric Gordon. He's very underrated. And even when Chris Paul was out, it's not like it cost Houston the best record in the league or anything like that, right? They kept on chugging along. So maybe they can find some kind of depth on their team or whatever. But this is kind of how I think it's going to start playing out, unless Houston changes their mind and starts going really crazy and just offers him that 5-year deal. But I think we're going to see Chris Paul, LeBron James to the Lakers. How does that affect Lonzo Ball? With his big $7, $8 million, $9 million contract, rookie contract, and all the baggage that comes with LeVar, we may very well see Lonzo Ball shipped out or even released or even stretched. Who knows? But, yeah, I do think Chris Paul and Lonzo Ball would be a decent fit on the floor together. But then when you have LeBron James too, you got two ball dominant, really good passers in Chris Paul and LeBron James. I would say no. Lonzo Ball, his passing skills would simply go unused, and his inability to shoot would simply be exposed too much, and his good defense would not quite be worth everything else. The salary and the baggage and the inability to shoot, which is going to make teams just be able to not play Lonzo Ball, double up on LeBron James and or Chris Paul every single play, so not a good fit whatsoever, not a good fit, Lonzo Ball. So if Chris Paul goes to the Lakers, Lonzo and LeBron James, Lonzo Ball gone. And even with just LeBron James to the Lakers, Lonzo Ball may still be gone. While the Cavs are still trying to go after Kemba Walker or something to keep LeBron James there. Now, Kawhi Leonard, ESPN Los Angeles, from what I've been told, he's made it very, very clear that he's looking to go to Los Angeles to play for the Lakers, and he does not care about the Supermax. So if LeBron James and Chris Paul went to the Lakers, depending on their contracts, there would not be any room in all likelihood for Kawhi Leonard. Now, maybe next year they have more space. Maybe Kawhi Leonard would probably even take a pay cut. Not only did he totally blow his opportunity for the $220 million Supermax, like an idiot, but I could see this guy taking $20 million or $25 million to sign with the Lakers next summer, and you would have Luol Deng's contract being much less of an issue by then. Maybe they can clear out some other stuff, but I could see this guy signing for $10 or $15 million, just so he doesn't have to be the man. He can hide behind Chris Paul and LeBron James, and he can still play for the Lakers and be a weak-willed version of Kevin Durant or something like that. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about all this. How you think it's going to play out? But I'm starting to think it's Chris Paul and LeBron to the Lakers. There was already major temptation for Chris Paul to go there anyway, even before Houston supposedly reneged on their $220 million Supermax offer. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Peace.